So the first thing you want to do is take your shirt and rip it at the seams, the sides, the neck, the arms, so that you have a total of about 4 pieces. It'll be the sleeves, the front, and the back. The next thing you want to do is take your front half of the shirt and fold it in half, match it at the sides and the neck and the arm seams. That way you only have one piece of the front, so if you want to make a jacket, you can always just extend it. You don't have to cut it in half and do all this other stuff. So you'll fold it in half, match the seams, and you can use the pins to keep it together if you have to. I know working with cotton, it'll kind of be not unmatched, so you have to match the sides and then just iron in half, so that way it'll keep the sides unrolled and the sides together as well, and the fold, at a neat crisp fold. So I'll like to iron the whole shirt. So next you want to grab your pattern paper or tissue paper, whichever one you have or you prefer, and you'll take the first half of the shirt. If your pattern paper or you bought tissue paper that's only like a square rectangle and a half, like I did by accident, you can always take like extra piece of paper and just kind of attach it to the bottom or the top or the side or whichever you prefer, and then you can just kind of tape it. So then you'll go and you'll trace over your first part half of the top, and just make sure that the seams stay down, because if your seam kind of rolls up and its size is going to be different and you're going to have lines all over the place. So just make sure that you go and you keep the sides down, and you can use your hand, you can use tape, whatever, just kind of to keep the sides down, and make sure that all the sides are even, and you go over and you trace everything right. And you can always just go back afterwards and make sure that all your lines are straight, or just fix things, measure sides, make sure the sides are right, or make sure the seams on the sides are the same. Just whatever you want to do, whoever you feel is more comfortable doing for you. So just go and just trace all around the shirt up until you come back all the way around to where you started. So if you want, after you trace the first half, you can always go and label the sides to make sure that you cut on the fold, and that way you won't have a big mess on your hands and you cut 2 pieces out instead of 1 on the fold. So you'll do the same for the back piece. You'll lay it out and just add extra pattern paper or tissue paper if you don't have enough, and just tape it just like you did before, and do the same thing with the back. Just make sure their sides are stayed unrolled and they're even and they're flat down. That's why I went ahead and ironed, even though the iron didn't really work too much, but it helped just a little bit. And you'll go on your trace, and you always want to add just a little bit, maybe an inch longer on the front and the back, just as an added side seam, so that way when you go and you sew it, you won't have it smaller than how it's supposed to be. So that's why you'll always, on the patterns, you'll always see the seam extra is always about 5/8, but on this one you can always just add about an inch, because it's already added on the shirt that you're gonna rip apart at the seams. So just make sure the sides are down and it's not rolling up, so your lines are uneven and everything is just kind of out of whack. So you will go and you will cut out the front part that you did, the front half, and the back part. You can always go back and do your sleeve. I really didn't do it because it takes a lot. I usually just extend the straight part of it and just make it a little bit longer and just do kind of my own. So I hope this really helped, and I guess I'll have more to come.